All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Gar Capital. It is Tuesday, April 9th, 2024. Glad to be with you this morning and every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs. That starts with you clicking that button. Really would appreciate it. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. We did the weekly video this weekend, previewing the week and recapping last week. Glad to be with you. Dow futures are up 38 points. Nasdaq's up 66. The S&P up 13 with the Russell up about a quarter point. Dollar index is down 0.18%. The VIX is up 0.13%. Crude oil, again, pulled back yesterday. The dip was bought out there, and we started bouncing back. But we're still red. Again, that's going to be pretty much beholden to Middle Eastern conflict headlines. Bad news would be good news for oil because that would contain supply. And good news in terms of the Middle East, any kind of conflict resolution would be net negative for crude oil in the short term, at least for prices. Gasoline futures up 0.65%. Gold futures are up new all-time highs today, 23.68. Silver is up. I was watching SLV. We talked about that uh, over the weekend as well. SLV calls I was watching. I was talking to the members about it. I wanted to get something off the table first, namely Google. We're going to look at that. There were some Google headlines that came out as well on the that we got from via Reuters regarding their expanding their chip making. So for AI, so getting a nice boost on Google. We'll catch that this morning. I'm very excited. Finally, 3 weeks of patience are going to pay off. Copper is up 1% for my traders that have FCX possibly still holding. Freeport McMoran that had a new 52-week high. That was a trade we had last week. Some members took it. I don't know if some of them held runners, but again, you could see copper is going to boost FCX this morning. Euro dollar is up this morning, 20 pips, 108.79. Dollar yen, we're right there for that break, right above 152. It's at 151.75. It's just been a chop zone. Dollar Canadian dollar 135.64. Again, if the crude oil goes higher, Canadian dollar is going to strengthen. So dollar Canadian dollar will be lower. 126.95 for the pound dollar. That's up 39 pips. Bitcoin taking a step back, 71,000. Looks like we're still going to hit all-time highs relatively soon if we keep this momentum. I think that came out to around 73K. So we're about 2K away from that. 36.49 on Ethereum, down about 2% on the future side. Good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and talk about Google rather quickly. So let's go over the how it went for us, and because it wasn't exactly a fun hold up. We've been in the money now. I want to say at least 6 times in the money, being our stock is above the strike of 155. We have the 155 calls. We should be hitting 158. I said it this weekend. I said it pretty much every day. 160 is what we're going to go. And it looks like we're on our way there. We don't need to wait for 160 to take profits, by the way. This morning, we should be nice and green. If you're somebody that says, hey, I am tired of Google, I'm tired of holding it, or I went really heavy, take your money, leave a runner if you like, have fun. It took a while. This is why we have longer expiry. So we can wait out this crap. Look at this drop. This was the headline regarding selling some of their AI, not licensing, but their usage. We were excited, but what happened was the CEO sold shares. And of course, those headlines hurt any stockholder, at least short term. Dip was bought, and you could see 157.69 currently. And it's a beautiful chart. Not like anything has changed. We're still in that upward trajectory, on that upward channel. So I think Google is a name that we can obviously trade again. But for right now, I'm just happy that we got it. So want to give a shout out to all the members that have stayed patient with me. I know they don't hit every single day. I know since we've been buying more time, we haven't had, 8 trade winning weeks, for example, or getting a trade in 10 minutes. I mean, it's going to take a little more time. So bear with me. We'll get there. And that should be number 20. Oh, can't wait. All right, let's answer some questions. Good morning. Good morning, C and SLV. Let's do it. Let me read the headline rather quickly regarding Google. Have it here on the blog. Have it on my tablet here right in front of me. So here's the headline. Here's a couple headlines. This is the Google one. Google expands in-house chip efforts in costly AI battle. That's from Wall Street Journal, excuse me. New chip Axion could reduce Google's reliance on outside vendors. So again, that was from the Wall Street Journal. Google unveils ARM-based data center processor, new AI chip. That was the Reuters headline. So just wanted to kind of get that straightened out. All right. So Citibank. What are we looking at? Citibank. Yes. Yeah, we're just waiting for 63.90. They report this week, mind you. So let's see if we get a little push ahead of it. And if we do break, I do expect us to get to around the 70 level, 68 to 70. That's pretty much our next resistance. If we're looking for a little closer to us right now where we are, 67.22, that's where these weekly candles actually settled or actually had range. So 63.90 is a break level for me. Again, I still like financials. This is a breakout for Citibank. I fully believe Citibank can retrace to 80. Absolutely. It's just going to take time. It's going to take some good earnings. Um, they're one of the first banks that were actually announcing mass layoffs. Again, that's good for companies in terms of their bottom line or profitability because labor is the most expensive part of most businesses, if anything, benefits and stuff. So that's Citibank. Let's take a look at SLV. Again, that was a name I was looking at yesterday. 25.69 was the level I was looking for. Looks like we're going to get Goog, which is great. We can see about SLV. I'm not saying we're going to get in immediately, but again, that was part of the stocks I was watching for this week. That was part of the blog. And 26.43 would be a great target. Now, again, which strike are you looking for? Depending on your time, depending on volume. 27 to 26, I would not go higher than 27 on that, no matter how much time you have. SLV, silver, and GLD, meaning gold, are notoriously choppy and notoriously slow. So buy as much time as you can and make sure to get the closest strike as you can if we're watching it. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Again, it's a name that I was watching yesterday as well. Let's see. Thoughts on gold. Gold has been absolutely on fire. I actually thought gold would retrace and pull back, but it absolutely has not. It has been just a straight shot. So what more can you say about something that's all-time highs? I can go to max, and that's just breaking out. So difficult here to really trade it in this aspect because of the fact that you're just at all-time highs. So we need to hit something in terms of resistance, some kind of pullback. Maybe we buy the dip, or if not, then we go ahead and play it to the downside and retrace the breakout, which is 2200. That's a far away level, mind you, but just like Nvidia, if you guys remember, it was a straight shot up and it pulls back. So I wouldn't chase gold here. If you have gold, great. But again, I think silver has a little more catching up to do with gold. So as a trader, I'm keeping my eye on silver if we're going to play the precious metals. What is the Google call? Is the April 19th 155 calls. We are in the money. But now you could see we've had them now for 3 weeks. Ran out of gas here at 158.34. I still expect 160. I do, but we need to get a win for everybody. We need to make sure everyone gets paid. So we'll make sure to signal out this close. It should be above 40% this morning. We were green yesterday. We were flat a couple times. The 155s, PayPal update outlook. Let's take a look at PayPal. PayPal needs to break 68. And if you do, you have a gap to fill right around 72.30. This is BITO. BITO is basically Bitcoin. So look, just race to consolidation, ping ponging. We did have a wick 34.12. Got to break 32.48. That's right here is your gap fill 32.23. So if we can get above 32.48, 38, excuse me, that'd be a great step to get to 34. Very similar to the price action on Google with that pullback and then it just revamped higher. Bitcoin seems to be pushing Sundays to Mondays now for at least the last 2 weeks. So this is why we buy time. Next week will be expiry, I believe, the 19th. So Bitcoin needs to run, and we need all-time highs to get there. What could be a catalyst to get us there? We got CPI tomorrow, guys. So maybe we get Bitcoin to break above 74,415. BITO hits, everyone gets paid. Good morning, everyone. The gentleman behind Guard Capital work hard providing all the information for you. If you're here now, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Oh, thank you, AJ Mack. Let's see. Thoughts on Amazon testing all-time highs. We traded Amazon last week, and I still have the level I'm going to hit, which is right here, 188.88. That's the all-time highs. That's where we're going to get there. We're gonna get that there on Tesla. I mean, on Amazon, excuse me. So I have no doubt. It's just a matter of when. Let's look at Tesla together. Tesla had a nice day yesterday. We talked about it as well. There is a gap to fill at 186.55. I'm going to wait for that. This is just too much chop. If we break below 162, we can short. And again, if you guys remember, I talked about this before, that we're just going to hit this bottom end of this channel. I do fully expect Tesla to get a bounce back. The sentiment is very, very low. Everyone hates Tesla now, apparently, in terms of the stock market. So this be a nice time for a nice little bounce. Maybe we get to finally fill this gap at 206.81. That would be my target, at least short term. You got one more here at 219.84. I don't know if we'll get to 240, but I do expect us to at least create a base here and do bounce, at least on Tesla. The sentiment is very, very depressed right now. Can I still get in on Google? No, we're going to be closing this morning. For April, May, do you see SPY going higher or coming down? Tough, because we do have CPI tomorrow. So I need to see that number, and we'll go over it tomorrow and see what's going on. Tesla just settled its case, and former CEO said it's sad they scrapping cheap Tesla's. Thoughts on Tesla? Again, just going over the chart as well. It looks like every single headline is hitting it, and sentiment is depressed. Guys, everyone hated Netflix. Everyone hated Micron. Everyone hated Metaverse as well. These companies just get beaten down in the stock market, and then magically they start bouncing back. And it's usually just because of technical trends. So until we get Tesla's earnings report, which is the next, I believe, in May, we just have to kind of just play the charts as of right now and kind of duck the headlines as we go along. But for right now, I mean, it's really just chop. Let me know the calls. I joined the group late. Those calls are, well, all, if you join the group, you need to go to the premium signals. That's where you have all the recap of all the trades that we have, and then the watch list and charts channel, which is for premium masterclass. So that has all the updates and what we're trading and what have you. Target for Amazon rounders, all-time highs. Nvidia and Micron. Let's take a look at it. Very similar to gold, right? That kind of move up and then it just pulls back. We have a gap to fill in Nvidia at 824. It's just expensive, guys. IV is very high, and it's an expensive name to trade. I can't signal that. So 824.78 was my target. That is your downside gap. That might be a place to buy the dip if you were looking to buy shares. There's a trend line here that's called holding up very nicely. I would say 800 would be a good target. That's your 50-day moving average. But as of right now, I wouldn't go long here until you get above the 20-day, which is above 900. Now that could change today, obviously. Micron, not the best on the daily. 3 daily candles to the red. I want to short it if we can break down a little more. Maybe if we get down below 116, 117, we can target this gap here at 96. And again, nothing against Micron as a company, but remember, the executives started selling shares too. So maybe we can take advantage with a short. How about VLO? Yep, Valero. And again, Valero is just energy. Think of it that way. We did play XLE. We played XOM a couple weeks ago. And again, it's still upside. It's not like anything has changed. It's just chop. Not exactly bearish here. But just like Google, we're going to have to wait. Got to get above 185.01. At least that's my target. You could see here is just pretty much just chop since Tuesday. Just joined yesterday. Is it okay to buy into Google? No, Google is going to be close today. And that's in the money. AMD, Tesla, Microsoft calls. AMD, anything going on? Possible downside. Again, still have that 164 support. As long as that holds up, right now it's just chop, kind of like Nvidia. Tesla, we just talked about. Microsoft, let's take a look at it. Again, kind of slowly melting up. You're going to have to break 431.61, the highs, to do anything. And thoughts on Lilly. Lilly looks like it's going to break out. So you got to break above 800 to trade this name for more upside. I believe that's all-time highs already. Yep. You're at all-time highs on Eli Lilly. I believe this is the obesity drug. That's why it's getting all the love. So all-time highs there. Starting to get a little bit of a move here on NASDAQ and S&P. Yesterday was the lowest volume for the stock market since Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. So, you know, it's Masters Week. Everyone's going to watch the golf tournament at the office. So I wouldn't expect too much volume today. We have CPI tomorrow at 8:30. So let's see what that report says, because that might affect the trajectory of future rate cuts by the Fed. So let's see what we get. DraftKings DraftKings this morning, not much going on. Again, just pretty much sideways. 48.27 is that break we need to retest all-time highs. Very similar to Google, where we got a flush, waited, and then finally a headline got us to where we wanted to go. So kind of the same deal. Let's see what we get. Let's make it a great Tuesday, guys. Have a great rest of your morning. I'll see you guys on the Discord server. If you need access, make sure to go to our website, www.gar.capital, select free plan, and you're in. Have a great rest of your morning. See you guys soon.